Hi, today we'll talk about stress fractures in the foot, especially stress fractures in the foot were originally described in military recruits. They were also known as march fractures because of the incessant marching that they used to do, and the military recruits used to end up with pain in the feet, and they were found to have these stress fractures. And of course, eventually they were also identified in athletes, endurance athletes, and other sports persons too. So commonly, you may find them in gymnasts, track and field athletes, ballet dancers, and different groups of sports persons too. So they can be very difficult to treat. These stress fractures, by and large, they involve treating them by non-weight bearing and then offloading the fractures, relative rest, using walking boots or plaster of Paris, and some of them may need surgery also if they're not healing. If they end up with a non-union, they may benefit from operative treatment as well. So it's really important to seek treatment early rather than late, so that the appropriate treatment can be initiated. And one of the commonest types of stress fractures that we see in the foot are the metatarsal stress fractures. Here is a model of a bone so that you can understand what I mean by that. So this is foot, this is the shin bone, ankle. These are the bones in your feet, the toes here, and these long bones are the metatarsals. Commonly, the stress fractures are found in the metatarsals. For example, the ones we see in military recruits and long distance runners. Usually, this is where we find them. And of course, there's specifically, ballet dancers who do the end pointe, where they stand on their toes. There we find fractures at the base of the second metatarsal, where the line of force goes through them. And of course, people can get stress fractures of the navicular bone here, and they can get stress fractures of the fifth metatarsal too. Sometimes with fractures of the fifth metatarsal in elite athletes who want to get back to sports very quickly, they may benefit from surgery, especially intramedullary screw fixation also. So it is really important, especially when there is a lot of pain in the foot. X-rays are not showing anything, and there's no specific diagnosis. And if you go and see a specialist, they would examine you, get an X-ray. More often, a bone scan or an MRI scan will pick up these stress fractures, and so that appropriate treatment can be initiated.